Well, hello, welcome to the channel, guys. Glad you're here, glad you're stopping by. I've only hit the record button probably 10 times now. Each time I get like 7 minutes in and something happens and I have to turn it off. But so I wanted to talk about something. I thought about streaming it, but honestly I'll let the big guys handle it because I think they are handling it the right way. Because originally when this started, I was definitely concerned. Now, what am I talking about? Of course, if you're in the community of like the anti-frauditors, the frauditors, and stuff like that, you guys may have heard of Welsh News Network. He kind of came in during the Chile stuff, and for all intents and purposes, I've never had any bad interactions with this guy. He's always been nice towards me. The couple times that I've, had any type of interaction with him, let me roll the windows up. But sorry, my car's jank, so I don't have working windows that work properly. I never thought of the things that were being alleged would have actually came out from this guy, from the good that I've heard, but it wasn't until recently until I found out about what was going on, and I thought it was all a hunch, and I thought it was just like how I was going to do. And let me go ahead and kind of go back a little bit. I want to acknowledge and apologize to Irish Demon, because the video I was going to make was definitely out of respect. It wasn't disrespect or anything like that. It was out of deep concern. So I tuned in on a stream, and this is when I first heard about the craziness going on with Welsh News Network. And the only thing I heard immediately was Irish went to where his home is. And I thought to myself, oh my God, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. Big reason why is that's not a good thing to do. Even, as a content creator myself, if I disliked a person like terribly, and even if they said, hey, come to my house, I have a beer, a steak, and we can hash it out and talk, I still have my reserves on that. And the reason why is, as a content creator, you have to have some type of integrity. You have to watch really what you do, because not only the things you do as an influencer seems for just, but some other people could be like, well, now I know where Welsh News Network lives, and I'm going to show up with a gun and gun him down. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it could happen. It's one of those crazy things that happens. We hear this shit all the time about doxing, and me and my wife was doxed because I made a joke about a gay joke about Chile. I have several times, and a lot of people's called me out, said I'm a homophobe for calling Chile gay, and that's fine. But I got doxed, and it's not fun to be on that side. And I jumped the gun, and it's because I did not have the so-called integrity to step back and watch to see what was going on. Again, that was my mistake. That's why I did not put the video out. I had a short made. But it was like me not going after Irish. It was just me saying, hey man, be careful, please. Because it scares me. I don't want anybody to do that. Like I said, as an influencer, your job is to influence, and sometimes when you influence other people to do things, especially if, they're not mentally in check, it could be really bad. But the way Irish did do this was he called out the guy's bullshit. The guy said he lived in some kind of castle. He was a super rich guy, and from the plot hole, which I tuned on his stream about it, Welsh offered plot hole money to cover expenses for lawsuits when Chile was threatening to sue everybody. He offered money to help pay for a business venture with his film stuff, and stuff never materialized. And there was even words where this guy got with Kate, and there's also other allegations, like the fact that the guy basically defrauded a food bank. Not only that, there's a few other things, stolen valor being one of them. Now, I think that's a sick fucking thing to do. Stolen valor is pretty despicable. There's a lot of bad things you could do. You could pretend you're a lawyer that knows something. You could pretend that you're a Christ crusader, like the crazy TV evangelist that you see that's raking millions of dollars preaching a false prophet. Oh my gosh! A false teaching. Damn. Okay, there we go. That's not what I wanted to say either, but there we go. Yeah, I mean, we see that stuff all the time. It's disgusting, and I think one of the lowest things you could do is stolen valor, because there's people that's literally put on the uniform, went into battle, lost their lives, had to end somebody, or had to watch their friends or family members and stuff like that die. And I say it like, well, there's police officers. You dress up like a police officer. Again, I hold the police officers in the same regards that I hold a soldier, a firefighter, or a paramedic. These are honorable jobs. People dislike honorable jobs because A, people are lazy, and B, they don't like authority. And they think that their ways are the right ways when they're obviously not. A lot of people prefer anarchy and criminality over morality and just being a good person, which again goes in with morality, I guess. But yeah, pretending to be an officer or a veteran of some sort is pretty fucking low, like really low, really low, really scummy. And I don't hold, like, yeah, fuck you if you do that. And there's a lot of people that do that, and it's disgusting. I absolutely, like, despise those people. And you won't catch me sticking up for them. Now, whenever I was making a video, it's like, hey, like, please do not go to Dan's house. And that still stands. Don't go to Dan's house. Don't go to his real home. Don't include his family and friends. Don't include real addresses. Don't include vehicle collars. Don't include family and friends in this, on this, unless they actively want to participate. Because here's the thing, I want you to cover your bases. I don't know what it's like in your country. Like in the United States, some people, you might show up at their house and they're gun-ho Second Amendment Yahoo, but had 30 beers and a little bit of fentanyl, and decides to pull a gun on you and shoot you to the ground because they thought you was the candy man there to rob you of their socks or something like that. Yeah, I don't want anything like that to happen. I don't do that. Don't ever do that. And if you're somebody that follows these people and they're saying, hey, this is a bad person, let them take care of it. Let them do it. They're doing the work. Like, yeah, it's okay to protest. It's okay to share things, but don't share information, like private information, that could get somebody seriously hurt from one of the things. And I don't know if this is true or not, because I don't know anything this guy says is true. And I'm talking about Dan. Like, he said that on one of his latest videos that his kid, her son, whatever, was doxxed. Not good. Not good. It's not good. But the second side of the story is, and I probably already covered a little bit, is you're in a community where you have the frauditors, the anti-frauditors, the people that hate scumbags, but sometimes have you ever heard of somebody say a wolf in sheep's clothing? That's very much what happened here. Like, you had somebody you thought you could trust. You're like, he's on my side. He believes in justice and stuff like that, and dignity and stuff like that. I'm for that. That's a great thing to be for. And it turns out that he was a scumbag. And there's a lot of people like this. There's a lot of people like this. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Boogie2988, loved his content. He was somebody that stood for mental health values. He's shown that bullying was terrible. He was a beacon of what we would say goodness. And it turns out he was a giant piece of shit after all these years. And I followed this guy for, over a decade. And it turns out like the guy's a giant piece of shit. And that's a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of content creators. You don't really know about these people at all. You don't. Like, let's put it in my case here. Somebody that's stumbled across my channel and they made me make jokes about Chili, calling him gay, or asking him if he sucks dicks or anything like that, they'll automatically think I'm a homophobe. And a lot of people think that, but they never hop on my channel and they never research the people they're watching. And I think that's something you need to do. You might stumble across somebody that makes a joke that you don't like, but if you watch your channel, you're like, okay, this guy's a genuinely good guy. He doesn't really have any negative baggage. But let's say it's different. Say you stumble across me and I'm like, man, I really love buying poor kids jackets in the winter, and I like feeding homeless people steaks, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And the truth is, like, I don't like kids, and I want to take the candy in their jackets and wear them myself, and I'm going to eat the steaks by myself. I'm going to take that money, and I'm going to use that to make my own steaks. I painted a really good picture for you. You're like, man, this guy seems like he's a nice guy, but in the background, I'm being a total fucking dickhead. Don't worry, I'm not stealing candy and stealing jackets from kids, and I'm not stealing steaks from poor people. I am a poor people. But you really have to watch. You really have to watch it. Like, just because somebody says they're, something that you can relate to or that you can actually, stand by, doesn't mean that the person saying these things are good people. It's just the way it is, and that's the thing is, Dan is no different at this point than Chili. Let's just even say that. Dan is no different than Chili. Like, Chili pretends to be a lawyer and makes money by telling people that he will protect them, and he can't protect shit. He's just giving bad law information, and it's going to get people hurt. Dan, on the other hand, is somebody that, tells people he's a vet of some sort, and he likes to give people a lot of money and stays in private hospitals where he can smoke, and he's an outstanding rich guy that wants to help everyone. And it turns out that he's just some dude that's an asshole. And I hate to say that. I don't, you had a lot of people fooled, man. I'm not gonna lie, you had a lot of people fooled. There's a lot of people that actually liked you a lot. And part of me likes to think that maybe you are a good person at heart, but your actions kind of say otherwise. Your actions make you no different from Chili DeCastro, no different from Glenn Serio, no different than any of these scummy motherfuckers on the platform. I wouldn't trust you. Like, if my dog was on fire and you had a fire hose, I would not trust you to put it out, because most likely the fire hose is full of piss and vinegar. I wouldn't want it. That's probably what the case would be. And, I just can't fucking deal, man. Like, I really feel terrible that you kind of led people on. Like, part of me hopes that these allegations are just allegations, but I've seen a lot of pieces of shit on the internet for a long time to really think that that's really doubtful. I kind of feel that Irish Demon, the plot hole, and there's too much evidence against you at this point that there's really no way to make me think otherwise. And here's the thing, if you follow Dan, and you disagree with me, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you to stop following Dan and stop believing in Dan. The same way I'm not going to tell you to stop following Chili or any of these other people. I can't tell you to do that. That's up to you. You make your own decisions. But do yourself a favor. Look deep into these people's histories. Look at their criminality. Look at everything. Look at the whole damn picture. Then ask yourself, be like, is this guy who I really want to look up to? Is this some guy that I really want to support? And for any other content creator as well. No matter how pissed off you are at a person, no matter whatever disdain you have for them, and if you're a follower of these people, I'm just going to tell you, because the thing didn't happen the way I thought it happened, but it could have happened. And I don't want it to happen. Don't use your audience as a way of harassing people. Don't give out private information like names, phone numbers, addresses, vehicle plates, birth dates, employment, Facebook. Don't do that. Unless they openly put it out there for you to actually do that. And there's a lot of people do that. Like, I privatize a lot of my shit because I don't want people to know where I work. I don't want people to know my family, and I don't want my people to know some of my friends. I don't want them to get involved with stuff that they have nothing to do with. Don't show up their houses. Don't do that. Please, God, do not show up their houses. Do not show up at their work. Do not show up their kids' school. Don't show up their families' houses. I don't care how much you hate these people. Talk about the injustice and get the authorities involved. You can protest without harassing. Dan, if you want to prove that these things are just allegations, maybe you should meet up with these people that are saying this stuff and actually talk to them man to man. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a giant pussy. Don't invite them to your home. Don't do that. Don't invite somebody to your home and don't show up at their home. Because people will do that. And there's bad things that can happen to them. And I don't want anybody to get hurt. That's the whole thing. Like, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't. Like, I wouldn't want Chili to get hurt. I would not want him to show up to somebody's house and get blasted. It's the last thing on earth I'd want to happen. As much as I dislike him, as much as a lot of us dislike him, and some people were thinking, like, yeah, show up at somebody's house, because he may do that. He could do that. And it is one of those cases, you fuck around and you find out, or you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. That's the kind of thing you're playing with. It's not a game. It's not a game. Somebody could get seriously injured or worse. Just study who you follow, research them, and don't go to their homes or harass them, harass their family and friends. That's the only thing I'm saying. Just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Just leave, whatever's on social media, on YouTube or Twitch or Kick or Instagram or whatever, just leave it there. And take the rest of it to authorities. Justice will be served. I hope. Maybe. I don't know. You probably think I'm stupid at this point. But again, this was not out of disrespect. This was, again, saying, be careful, guys. Just, you're doing great things. You're showing something that needed to be shown. But just be careful the way you do it. I don't want anybody hurt. That's the last thing on earth that I fucking want. That's a bad thing. But I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.